day and another sunny Glasgow. I hope it is a good day for you. I didn't really expect to be making a video quite so soon. I thought I'd have to wait till after I come back from Germany. I'm going to Photokino in Cologne at the end of the week, and this is Wednesday by the way. I'm leaving on Sunday. But I thought I would share with you some of the problems I'm having with this machine and its configurations using the GoPro Hero. Now I'm just using the onboard sound, it might not be as good as it normally is, and then I'm going to drop the camera after this sort of short introduction. So I presume if I'm having the problems, then you will as well. The problems are pretty basic, and for me anyway, not so easy to overcome. Now, I'm using the GoPro Hero, as I said. I don't have the iLook camera, which comes along with it, and if you do, you might find things are a lot easier for you, but certainly not for myself. So I'm going to stick my neck out a little bit and turn around and say, in the first instance, that the G3 Gimbal, or the 3D as I have, simply isn't designed for this. It's as simple as that. Now I'm going to drop the camera down and we'll mainly concentrate obviously on the quadcopter itself, and this bits and pieces I'll be talking over the top of you, but rather than use the GoPro for filming, I'll try and use my Canon camera and we'll see how we get for there. Stand by. Well, welcome back. Hopefully you can see what's going on. It would probably help if I turned the viewer towards me, so I'll go and do that now. It does help if I can see what you see. Now, as I said initially there, I don't believe the 3D gimbal really was designed for this configuration, and subsequent investigation, or well, I'll call it research rather than investigation, has made that so. I don't know if you can see, but I think you can hear. The clearance from the table is minuscule. Now, obviously this is a very flat surface. It's a table, and look, can you? I'm hoping you're picking up the noise. It's just simply too low to the ground. And anything uneven or fairly flat even, this will hit the deck. No doubt about it. And if you want to run a gimbal, I suspect that's the surest and easiest way to do it. So that is just too low for the legs on this machine. As I said, once I started contacting my supplier, I realised and was told that yes, you can get longer legs. That'll be an extra £17 please. But just to make you aware, it does come with longer legs, which I'm still waiting for. Obviously I just ordered them yesterday, and hopefully that should solve that part of the problem. The other problem is with the camera. If you put the camera in like so, that is the right way up, then this connector will not fit. Can you see that? I'll just here. This will simply not get past this weight and controller. It won't fit. So the only way to fit your camera is upside down and have the lead coming in from the other side. Now I don't think that's a massive problem. You can set the GoPro to record in that configuration, but it's just an observation that you should be aware of prior to trying to set it up and see if there was some way past that problem. I certainly couldn't find it. So it's upside down to allow the connection or the video out from here. The next problem is getting a big video signal on this. That's the TX5803, which comes supplied if you're going to use the GoPro to get the video signal to your controller, so you can actually see what you're filming. And now if you don't need that, then I suppose this problem is a material. But I know for myself, I would certainly like to know what I'm filming as I'm filming it, rather than flying, guessing, coming back, having to download the footage, or you might have purchased a viewer for your GoPro. I certainly haven't. So it's a problem I certainly want to overcome, and the problem is power. The power connector, this, doesn't have any plug to receive the power from, coming from the gimbal. A little bit more research, back to the supplier again, and I find that yes, they will supply cable to connect to this from inside the machine and from the PCB board. Basically all you do is connect 2 wires to that. And my problem with that is connecting 2 wires sounded like soldering 2 wires. I don't solder. I am not a kit modeler. I had no intentions of opening this. So I asked them a couple of questions. 1, do I need to solder? 2, if I open this up, do I invalidate my warranty? I suspect if you open this up and basically you start messing about with the insides, your warranty would be invalid. In fact, I'm pretty positive of it. So I'm waiting for a reply for that. But I said, because I'm going to Germany in a couple of days, I thought I'd get this out there for you. So using this is a problem. I don't know how you overcome it apart from what I just said, and I'll have to be honest with you, I have no intention of becoming a kit modeler and starting to solder bits of wire to the inside of this quadcopter. The other problem I had was the Grotner rotor blades not fitting. Now the supplied ones, which you can see here, sit right to the base of the metal on the arm, so no problems, tightened up, no problems. However, when you use the Grotner, it sits tall. Obviously it's not seated properly, and when I made inquiries about this, I was told to file down 2 flat spots. Basically the metal on here has 2 flat areas, one on either side obviously, and this allows this rotor blade to seat nicely onto the metal, and then you can turn it up. I wasn't told this when I bought it. Things like this start to annoy me. If there is a problem or something I need to do, I really want to know about it. They really should be telling you when they supply them that these will not fit as supplied. Now, all I have to do apparently is file down 2 areas, one on either side, flat, and it will fit. Now that's fine, but what happens if I make a mistake? I file too much, and it then becomes useless. Will you exchange it for me on a like for like basis? I don't think so. So these, pretty much unless you're prepared to just alter them as I said, are useless. The other thing I found useless with this is a retaining arm for the camera. Okay, it secures the camera to the gimbal casing with 2 tiny screws. Now, I mean tiny. Unless you want to keep your camera on the gimbal all the time, I certainly don't, then that is an awful way to secure the camera. Now I don't even know if you'll be able to see this. That is the size of the screw. And as I said, I don't know if my camera right now, because it's so small, can pick that up. I hope it can. But that won't get lost. If you drop that, unless you've got some sort of mind-sweeping device or microscopes for eyes, you ain't going to find it, especially in rough ground. Now I've got it in white paper so I can see it, but that outside, sorry. So for me, the answer would have to be elastic bands. It's as simple as that. A couple of elastic bands and connect them onto there and hold it secure if you're going to take it off and on. If not, if you want it to remain in there, then I suspect obviously it's not a problem. I only have the one GoPro, so it needs to come off and I need to use it elsewhere. Simple as that. So I haven't flown the thing yet. As I said earlier, it's a lovely day out there. I really should be out doing things. I'm not. I'm stuck in here with this. I have ordered an extra battery for the controller, these little things, because this powered down pretty quickly. Now, being new obviously to using the Walkera and the controller, I was getting an alarm sounding not long after I put it in, and basically it was a voltage drop and it was letting me know it was running out of steam. So fair dues to that part. That certainly worked for me, and of course it powered down fairly quickly, so I've got a spare one. Spare batteries, absolutely essential. Get a couple, possibly 3 if you really need to be out there and to fly for some time. As I said, I expect about 15 minutes of flying time from it. I won't know until I get out there and do it, and the get out there and do it time is getting longer and longer as we speak. Now, it's now been 2 days since I contacted my supplier in regards to this connector to get power, so I can see what's transmitted from the camera. I'll notice it was a polite, I've got to say, it was a polite email I sent him, but basically to tell him that I'm not really prepared to open this up to solder parts. I want something that works. I'm quite sure there must be a cable out there that comes from the gimbal to this, because that's all it needs. There is power out on the gimbal itself. So there's power out connectors on the gimbal itself, and it's just a question of getting one that will fit that. Now, they gave me another connector which actually would have worked had it been female. Unfortunately, we've got 2 male connectors. 2 male connectors don't fit, at least not in the plastic world. The modelling they don't. So a problem. It's a problem I really shouldn't have to overcome. Surely there's someone out there who supplies this gear that will fit and work right out of the box. It's the reason I bought it. They're not particularly cheap, but I wanted something straight out of the box that I could get filmed from. Right now, all I'm doing is trying to sort problems. Hopefully you will see these videos and draw your own conclusions, and if you do buy or are thinking of buying, then you ask about these problems before you purchase. Get the thing sorted for your configuration. As I said, if you have the iLook camera, then I don't think this part would be a problem. However, I don't, and I suspect many of us would probably use GoPro simply because of the image quality and how common they are. You know, they're very popular cameras, and do you really need another camera like an iLook? I suspect you probably don't. So if you're using this configuration, be aware that there are problems that you need to overcome right out the box. So hopefully these sort of things will help. I'm hoping to start a sort of Facebook page in the UK that people can get together, really to overcome problems, find decent suppliers, and tell us some good stories. Even put up some footage if you like. I'm just going to call it I think the Walkera UK GoPro page or something similar. So if you like to look for that on Facebook and like to come along, please do so, and we'll see if we can overcome these with suppliers who have the right connectors and the rest. So hopefully I'll see you there. Other than that, one day we'll get this flying. Maybe one day soon. I suspect now it will be definitely after I come back from Germany. As I said, I've sent away for a couple of little parts. When they arrive, then I'll keep you updated. Until then, happy landings!